Hey everybody, welcome to Random Conversations. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Noel.
And we're back with some new topics to discuss for you. So how are you today?
I'm good. It's Friday night.
It's Friday night?
Yeah.
What's that song? It's Friday night.
Man, it's Saturday,
I don't like that
what?
song. So, a lot of you probably saw that Druski skit that came out last week regarding him depicting African-American pastors and how extravagant they can be. So we want to discuss that in its entirety today. Some of the pastors, they got their little panties in a bunch. They're upset. They're riled up. Even one pastor was like, F Druski. And it's like, why are you so hurt about it?
He said F Druski with like a freaking 50-pound chain around his
Yeah.
diamond chain around his neck.
Yeah, it's like, and if you guys haven't seen the clip, it's very extravagant. Druski is on like some type of suspenders talking to the crowd. And he was just being very elaborate with like talking to people in the audience. And
Yo, it's funny as hell. Y'all need to if you wanna laugh, go watch that.
And the
She's
crazy
hilarious.
part is at the end when the guy stopped his car. It was like, "Hey, pastor, can you pray for my wife?"
Yeah, he said.
He's like, "Look, the fuck out!"
No, he
like,
said, did you put it in a donation? He's
Yeah.
like, nah. He's like, get the fuck out. It was my car.
And you could see pastors doing that. Certain pastors. So it's like, I think it's some. All right, so not all pastors are like that. I'm not gonna put them as a whole. But there's always...
I would say definitely the mega churches. I side-eye them real hard because I feel like is all the extravagance necessary, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're, I don't know, I guess it's just my vision of what a pastor should be and should behave like. And I feel that some of them don't behave the way that I envision them to be. It could be me, but I don't know. I don't envision my pastor to have like a G unit freaking diamond chain around his neck while he's giving the word of God, or to wear like Christian Dior everything down to the shoes. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make any sense. It makes me wonder where my tides are going, right? Because it's supposed to be going to the church. It's supposed to be making sure that the roof ain't leaking. It's supposed to be making sure that the lights is on. But it seemed like it's funding his extracurricular activities. Like, does a pastor need a private jet?
Yeah.
I remember
Or Rolls Royce.
I remember there was a skit in In Living Color where Damon Wayans plays a pastor. I think his name was Ed Cash or whatever. And he was saying, I think the United States was looking into the mega churches. So they had different pastors coming in and they had to explain where the money was going, right? And they asked him, he was like, why you need a private jet? He was like, sometimes the Lord don't want to come to you. Sometimes you got to go to him. Like, it's stupid shit like that. But I mean, the skit is funny, but it's just so many real world connections. Like, it just makes you think. And then the negative reactions from the pastors just makes you think even more that there's a lot of truth.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth
to the skit,
to what he was portraying.
And he didn't pull from nothing. Like, these were real world examples.
Yeah, he gets examples
even
from
the
what
outfit,
he sees.
Even the outfit was based off of another pastor.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe the pastor that was, I think he was arrested sometime last year or the year before. His name is Lamar Whitehead. And he's based out of Brooklyn, where we're from. And he had this church, I think somewhere in Canarsie. And I don't know if anybody remembers this time where he was robbed. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if it wasn't a skit. It was actually real, like quote unquote real. Somebody came during the service with guns and threatened him. Then he garnered attention from that until they arrested him on fraud. Mind you, he was in jail before. He came out of jail, turned into a pastor, and that's how he was, I don't want to say stealing from his congregation, but that's how he was getting paid. And he had on the Gucci from head to toe. Him, his wife, his kids, everybody was in designer. He drove a fancy car. And then you look at the church, the church looked run down. It's like none of the money was going towards the church. It was going in his pockets until eventually he got arrested.
See, but that makes me question the congregation. I'm like, you sitting in these cheap ass pews in this hot ass fucking church in the summer, and you see a fly ass pastor, and that don't ring alarm bells to you. Yeah, I just to me, and that is when I hear stories like this, and when I see the reactions to Druski's skit, it makes me apprehensive about, joining a church and giving money to a church, because I believe in God. I believe He exists, and I believe that He helps guide my life and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I don't believe in the people who teach it, right? Because we all humans, and humans are can be some very shady creatures at the end of the day. So I'm very wary when it comes to these pastors, because they like to prey on people. A lot of people use religion as a crutch, right? So
they hide behind their religion.
Everything bad that happened to you is because you ain't heavy in your Bible. Anything good happened to you, it was the Lord that gave it to you. And your pastor is your connection to the Lord. So you lean on your pastor. You lean on their every word. They're very influential in communities, and it's very easy for a pastor to take advantage of his flock.
Mm-hmm. I don't like when people hide behind their religion and do evil and devious things, which some of these pastors do. So the Lord didn't tell you to scam these people coming to your church. He didn't tell you to do that, but that's what you're doing, because majority of the money is not going towards a church, it's going in your pockets so you can live a lavish life. Same thing with like certain priests. When they do certain things to children, they hide behind the religion.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of
it's like, can you trust anybody that's
right.
in your church?
There's a lot of darkness behind religion, and
it shouldn't be. Religion is supposed to be the light. It's supposed to be the highlight of your week. Oh, I'm going to church. I'm going to praise the Lord. I'm going to listen to the pastor. He's going to give me the word and all. And next thing you know, you're hearing scandals about this pastor. Mm-hmm. Like, don't nobody want to deal with that.
And that's why I said God is all being, all knowing. He's an omnipotent being, right? But people are people, and people will, anything that can't happen will happen. They'll take that Bible and manipulate it to say and mean whatever they want it to mean. Mm-hmm. Religion has always been used as a form of control, and this is just Druski put a comical light on it. It was very funny,
and people getting mad.
Yeah, and I feel like the people who it touched close to home took offense to it, because they know what they're doing.
What my friends say, a hit dog will holler. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but that was I love that Druski skit. Druski, I don't know, between this and when he put on the white face.
Mm-hmm. My favorite skit from him is when he did Miss Rachel. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that.
That one was hilarious. So he's like, "Hey, it's for Apple, Apple," and he had the girl look just like. I thought it was Miss Rachel at first, because she looked just like Miss Rachel. But like the highlight about that skit was behind the scenes, like these adults who are catering to children via entertainment. They backstage doing coke. After the scene was over, he there slapping Miss Rachel's ass. It's like, he does a lot of relatable content. Like, you could sit there and really laugh about, because this shit is real. Like, it really happens.
I mean, it could really happen. I feel like when people see, like, your pastor is a form of like a neighborhood celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people like to take what they see at face value. Sometimes you gotta dig a little deeper. Sometimes you gotta really scrutinize people. Sometimes, especially the people who you want to exalt as your leaders, right? Especially when you have them coming into church and trying to tell you who to vote for, mm-hmm. right? When there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. Mm-hmm. I think we give these pastors too much power. They're supposed to help us understand the word of God, but they are not God, right? And I think people are all too ready to be led and to just believe what they want to believe. What they say, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Right?
They be like, I gotta talk to my pastor to see, mm-hmm. like, they're going through some life situation. Like, I have to talk to my pastor. Yeah. I have to hear what he got to say.
Yeah. I'm like, sometimes I feel like God gave us all the tools to be able to handle what we need to handle. Not everything that happens to you, you have to run to your pastor. Sometimes you just need to be...
Because your pastor could be spreading your business too. You never know.
Probably is spreading your business.
He be in there talking to the first lady. Mm-hmm. Oh, you wouldn't hear what Miss Thelma told me some tea today. Mm-hmm. Wife, sit down. Let's talk through dinner or something like that.
Or you as a husband going to your pastor, telling him about your problems, and then your pastor sneaking in your back door, taking care of your wife.
That's crazy.
Happens.
Or they use that type of situation in Sunday sermon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, that's about me.
Exactly.
So a lot. I mean, I'm not discouraged to go to church. I do go to church, and I believe the church that I go to, like the money, the tithes that I put in actually goes into what, repairs in the church, or plays that they have the children participate in, or functions that they want to hold. I believe that money does go straight to us, the congregation. But then you go to these mega church. I would never go to a mega church.
Yeah, ever since I
and
seen
that's
what
where
Joel Osteen did, remember?
No,
is it Osteen? Or,
yeah, Joel Osteen.
Remember when they had that flood in
Texas?
In Texas?
Oh,
and he closed the doors on people?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wouldn't let people in. I'm like, is that something that a man of God would do? So,
and doesn't he have like private planes and helicopters as well?
Of course.
That's insane.
Yeah. Then he did a
Is Creflo Dollar's real name Creflo Dollar?
If your pastor name is Creflo Dollar, you need to rethink your church. That's what I'm saying. He's
a famous one too.
People are just too easy to fool. What Barnum and Bailey said it best: "There's a sucker born every day."
Barnum and Bailey?
Yeah.
Isn't that the circus?
Yeah, but they said there's a sucker born every day, and it's true. People just waiting to get taken advantage of. We gotta get smarter, but I think we are getting smarter, which
His
is
name
why
is Creflo Dollar. Interesting.
I think they are getting smarter, which is why you see a decline in religion, especially among like millennials and Gen Z, because they just especially with Gen Z, you have to be on the up and up because they scrutinize everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not just going to believe what you say because you say it, right? And there's a lot of holes.
They question
some of these
everything
people in the way how some of these pastors go about their business, right? So they're scrutinizing everything. Religion is dying because they can't capture the young people, and they can't capture the young people because a lot of the young people ain't falling for the bullshit.
Yeah. Remember Marvin Sapp and what he did?
Who's Marvin Sapp?
Marvin Sapp is a pastor out in Detroit. He's a part of Winans.
Oh, I heard about
Marvin Sapp. But he's a gospel singer, but it's a Winans brother. Hold on, let me get his name.
So Marvin Sapp Winans?
No. I think it's Marvin Winans.
I heard something about a Winans brother.
Yeah, he has a church. Yeah, it's Marvin Winans. He has a church out in Detroit, Michigan, and he's a part of the Winans family. CC, and I think it's Bobby Winans. They're gospel singers, or BB Winans.
They family.
Yeah, they family.
So you know them.
You don't know them.
I don't know them. I'm not.
You
their
don't listen
family.
to gospel
I'm not
music.
A cousin. Yeah.
You don't listen to gospel.
I'll be searching for
No.
I realize I
No.
think it's to satisfy me.
No. The best gospel song is Melodies from Heaven. You know that one?
That came on today for me on my show.
Melodies from Heaven. You don't know that one.
Just
and
don't
that's the
sing it
first
because
time.
I don't like it when you sing it.
It sounds good when I sing.
She said,
Stop.
"Melodies
Because that's how it
from
sounds.
heaven."
Because that's how it sounds.
That's how you sound.
And that's the first time I heard Kirk Franklin actually hit a note. And he sounds pretty good. But anyway. So Marvin, I was like, I never heard Kirk Franklin sing
That's
before.
crazy. All right.
Anyway.
We're going to move right on past that one because she's like, he's pretty good. That boy good.
He was like, Melody. I was like, oh, that's Kirk? Whoa. But Marvin Winans, he is a pastor out in Detroit. And the woman came up to him and said, I think I don't have enough money for tithes today. I think he wanted like $2,000 and she was short.
That was funny.
And didn't he like tell her to go and get the money?
She gave him the money and he's like that. He said that.
He's like, what did I tell you?
Yo, I was
Like,
that took me out. That was
if that
funny.
was me, I would never go to that church again.
Embarrassed her in front of the whole congregation.
That thing went viral.
She said, I'm gonna get you your money.
That thing went viral, and people had the audacity to back him up.
Yeah, that's the problem. People are so ready to be led. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
The audacity to back him up in that foolishness.
If you got any type of charisma, you could get a couple of suckers to follow you.
Yeah, and he had a full church too. He had a full church.
Crazy.
But that's the thing that we're talking about.
Everybody can't be saved.
Going to church does not consist of you being scrutinized because you don't have enough money for tithes. Mm-hmm. Like in the Bible, it says, "Come as you are." Mm-hmm. And if I only have, and yeah, it did say put 10% of your income in there. But if I don't have 10% to give you because
if you ain't
rent's
got 10%,
sky high,
you better stay home because it say 10% in the Bible.
Because rent's sky
No,
high.
10%.
Rent is sky high. You have bills to pay. You have children to feed.
You got 10%.
Why
You got
keep- why
10% to
keeping
go out to eat
10%?
and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got 10%. You over there on your phone looking at clothes and stuff like that, leather skirts and whatnot, right? You got 10%.
Are you?
You
Are
got
you?
10%.
Are you attacking me?
You got 10%.
You attacking me?
I don't want to hear that. Pay your 10%. Nah, I don't know.
You don't even go to church.
I don't. I ain't
Exactly.
Giving, I
so
ain't
you
giving,
go find a church and pay your 10%.
I ain't giving nobody 10%. That's a lot.
Anyway, yeah.
10%.
But it doesn't mean you have to be scrutinized for not having enough money to put into the little basket. Like, what the hell? Don't nobody want to? No.
I never liked. That's one thing that always turned me off about church, because I never liked the portion when they go for collection, because they never pitch it right. They always like in the middle of the church.
Back. They bring it around twice too.
It stops the whole rhythm of the mass or the service, and then they ask you, and then the way they ask you just never comes off right. Like they never mastered that delivery yet. It always sounds like they trying to strong
the way my church, well, the church I used to go to before this one, the way they do it, they will have like the song, like the choir singing, and it will take at least probably like 10 minutes.
They find the longest song.
I don't remember if it's the longest song, but that thing that they bring around to put your money in will come by twice.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, just in case. We'll give you time to find the money.
Yeah, you found a $1 in your
you
pocket.
should have found it by now. So, we're not discouraging people to go to church. Like I said, I go to church, but it depends on the church that you go to. Make sure that the people that you want to listen to or see as the example of God, just make sure they're legit, because there's a lot of fraudulent people out here.
Yep, be smart, or you will be taken.
Yeah. So the next topic we want to get into, Daniel Caesar. He's a Canadian singer. He was on the Breakfast Club last week, and he was talking to Charlemagne, Jessica Hilarious, and Jess Hilarious, and DJ Envy about.
Lavi said Jessica Hilarious. Like I've never heard that.
Her name is Jessica. Her name is Jessica. Now I gotta do that all over again.
No, you don't.
Leave it in there?
Jessica.
This bitch came on her thing and called me Jessica Hilarious. Yep. But yeah. So are happy marriages a societal conspiracy? So listen to what he had to say.
Interesting thoughts on, like, I guess the concept of marriage.
Yes, he did. Listen. Yeah. Sometimes I look at like married couples and stuff like that. If it almost feels like a big conspiracy, where it's just like we're married, so of course we're happy because we're married, and everyone should want marriage. The whole society is structured is based off of people getting married, having families, going out to their job, and what, you know what I mean? So even if you're not, it's like the reality is like as over time, as women get more rights in society, divorce goes up. So it's like everybody's happy, but is everybody happy if everybody's getting divorced? My parents are still together, mind you, right? And they love each other and they respect each other. But sometimes I think I'm just like, I know. And I'm the same as my dad. Sometimes it's like he's bound by honor. He's a man of his word. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you are my kids. I'm not going to run out on you. But you can't lie about what's going on in your head. Like, when you come home and you're like, bro, this shit again. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm doing the job because I'm bound by honor to do the job. But I would rather be out being a person, being free, running around.
I get what you're saying, but marriage is hard work. Like, nobody ever said it wasn't. Yeah, I think when you have conversations with married couples, like, yeah, it's hard, it's tough. You know what I mean? You're going to have your good day, you're going to have your bad day.
But you have to want to do it, though.
You got to want to do it, yeah.
Do you want to talk first, or should I just say my little piece and then you go in?
There you go, yeah.
I could see both sides. I could see where Daniel Caesar is coming from, because, not all marriages are... Everybody has their rough patch, right? And for a person to feel like, damn, this shit again, they're most likely going through a rough patch. But like Charlemagne and Just Hilarious said, you have to want to work through it. You can't just be like, ugh, I want to just be free and live my life. You signed a contract, sworn for God and everybody that you invited to your wedding, you're going to have to push through it. So yeah, I could definitely see where Daniel Caesar is coming from, even though he's not married. As far as I know, I don't think he's married. But it's also like, okay, you're not married, so who are you to talk? But I do see it from both sides, from both perspectives.
Well, he's talking from an outsider's perspective. He's saying what he sees, what he observes. Mm-hmm. So you have an opinion based on what you observe. But I could see, because he's trying to say that, there's this perception that all people that are married are happily married, and he's like and he's saying that the real story is that a lot of these people are hiding how they really feel, and he's saying that some people stick around in marriages because they feel that they're honor bound to do so, like whether or not they feel that they have some sort of obligation to their partner or obligation to their children. That's why they're sticking around, not necessarily because they're happy, right? Some people do that. There's no splicing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I don't think the perception of marriage is that everyone is happily married, that everyone who is married are happily married. Every marriage goes through rough patches, plural, right? Just like in any relationship, it ebbs and it flows, right? Because you're two different people at the end of the day, right? So, and you're constantly changing. Every time you get a new job, or you move to a new area, or you have kids, your life is constantly in flux. You change to adapt. Everyone changes by degrees. So now I have to adjust to a slightly different person, right? And vice versa. That my wife will have to slightly adjust to me due to whatever is causing me to change in my life, right? So marriage is constant work. But from my personal experience, when I initially got married, I had a conversation with my uncles, and they didn't sugarcoat it. They told me that marriage was going to be tough, It was like, it's not going to always be sunshine and rainbows, and you're going to have to, tough it out. You're going to have to talk it through. But they definitely gave me the message loud and clear that marriage is not a picnic a lot of the time, right? That's not to say that it doesn't have its beautiful moments, and it does, right? It's definitely worth it when you find the right person, but you're definitely gonna go through your ups and downs, right? And you kind of get a clue about what marriage is and what and how it ebbs and flows in the vows, because it says for better or for worse, right? Through sickness and in health. That means that it's not going to be smooth sailing the entire time, and that you're going to have to deal with your fair share of stress and anxiety while you're living your life with your partner, right? So I think he's just an individual who's struggling to see the purpose in marriage, probably because he's single and he's enjoying his freedom, and he sees, sometimes when you see the negative parts of marriage, it kind of dissuades you from getting married. You get disillusioned by it. But
what's interesting is that he said his parents are still married.
Right, but then he said his parents are happily married, but he said that, his father will say one thing, but then he was like, "Don't lie, bro." Like it's like you as a parent, you think you're masking what's going on, but your kids are very observant, and they he definitely saw in whatever moment that was that his father was struggling with something at the time, and he was just like, just be honest. But as a parent, you don't share everything with your child because they're a child, right? I'm not gonna spill my guts and tell my 8-year-old son how I'm feeling in my marriage. No, you try to put on a brave face and push through.
So are you saying like the weak ones are the ones that get divorced?
I think that,
and divorce is mostly initiated by women, because like he said in the video, once women get ahead, they're the ones saying, all right, I don't have to deal with it. So
right. Well, I don't know the statistics on that, but I do know that it is women that most of the time initiate divorces. But I think society thinks that, you know, relationships are supposed to be relatively smooth for the most part, right? And for the most part, but there are going to be bumps in the road. Every relationship in your life, there's a bump in the road. Your relationship with your mother, your relationship with your father, your relationship with your best friend. If you live with your best friend, I don't care if y'all tight. If y'all live together, y'all gonna get on each other's nerve. Y'all gonna argue.
No, we're not.
And definitely gonna argue. You're gonna be angry with each other. So it's like even people with pets. You love your dog to death. They annoy the fuck out of you from time to time.
My neighbor, oh my God, sidebar. They just got a dog, and that dog be barking. The other night, I heard he say, "Shut up!" I was like, "Damn." Well, if you don't want the dog, just give it back. Jesus Christ. But sidebar, my bad.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No relationship is perfect, so why should you expect your marriage to be? The only thing with a marriage is that you're expected. There's an expectation that you work on it. You know what I'm saying? That you don't tuck tail and run at the first sign of adversity. And I feel like too many people fall in love with the idea of marriage and the idea of the wedding day and being the
You better off getting married at City Hall.
All the attention and all the treatment that you get, feel like a princess.
City Hall marriages last longer.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the statistics on that.
I'm just out here making my own statistics.
But yeah, I feel like people fall in love with the idea of marriage more so than, you know, what marriage actually is. And marriage is work. You know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing. I told you before in previous podcast episodes that, you know, life is better when you do it in pairs. And when you find your partner who you know has your back and you can trust implicitly and vice versa, you know, life can get a lot easier.
This is your segment. I'm not married, so I can't say.
But
I really can't. I'm not going to sit here and be like...
But my question to you is, do you, after hearing what you say, do you mostly agree with him, or are you...
I told you, I could see from both sides.
But pick a side.
Oh.
Like, stop straddling the fence.
I don't... What if I want to straddle the fence?
No, pick a side.
Oh my God.
Do you feel that he had... Do you agree with his point? Because he's basically just saying that people put on a facade. I mean, people do put on a facade. That for the most part, but to me, it sounds like, to my ears, that he's saying that for the most part, marriages aren't happy, and that people are in it.
But how long? What I want to know is, like,
love.
For people who have rough patches in their marriage, like, how long is this lasting? Because if it lasts for like a year or two of turbulence, I would be like, all right, what are we doing here?
Right, but are you going about trying to fix it in a responsible way?
If we're trying to fix it within...
No, because you'll see a lot of people, when they get upset with their partner, they just shut down, they don't talk, right? Mm-hmm. Or you'll see a lot of dudes won't really address the issue. They'll just say, I'm sorry, give you some flowers, and move on. The issue wasn't talked through thoroughly.
All that is an issue.
Right, the issue wasn't talked through thoroughly. You know, the issue still lingers, and it will rear its ugly head in other arguments, right? So it's not as easy as to say that, you know, if I'm going through a rough patch for 1 or 2 years, I'm out. Are you doing the work, or are y'all both just existing around each other?
So if I'm in a marriage and there's a rough patch, I'm a communicator. So I'm going to let you know what's bothering me. Mm-hmm. I might let you know numerous of times, but there's a time where I'm like, all right, and we could do the work. But if it always ends back to us clashing, then I don't understand why we're doing this. And I'm not going to be out in like the first sign of trouble. Mm-hmm. I like I said, I like to communicate and I like to express how I'm feeling. I also like to hear what's going on with my partner. So if we're doing the work simultaneously, if there's a rough patch and we're doing the work simultaneously, but there's no solution, it's always going to be how I feel and how you feel, then what's the point?
Right.
That means we're not meant to be together.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it's important for people to live together before they get married. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know a person until you live with them. You live with them, you see their quirks, you start to learn what you can and can't live with. You know, you have discussions, you learn how you guys deal with fights where you can't just pick up your stuff and go home, where you have to exist around each other when you're pissed off. You know, I feel like it's important for people to have that experience and for people to date longer than 6 months before they get married. I feel this is just my personal opinion, but I think like
not everybody gets married after 6 months of dating.
No, I'm just saying.
That's like rare occasions.
This is my personal opinion. I feel like you should live with your partner for at least a year before y'all decide to get married. Right?
So you could be together for like 1 year and then live together for another year and then get married the year after that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, you didn't put a time limit. I put a time limit.
As long as you live together after a year, you get married.
Okay.
Like if it will work, I think you'll have a clearer view. At least with just the two of y'all. Once y'all have kids, that's a whole other thing. But
I think Daniel Caesar has seen, apart from his parents, well, maybe he could be talking about his parents' marriage, but not really getting into it about certain things. Like you said, how his dad shielded him from certain things. And that made him feel like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this because I know there are certain times where my dad wants to be, all right, I'm done, but he can't because of the vows and also the children. Right? So maybe it's experience that he's seen and he's like, all right, I don't feel like dealing with that.
But I say this too. Love.
Like we have a lot of examples. There's a lot of examples that show us you can get married. And there's a lot of examples that show us like you better off not being married at all. That's my opinion. Like you have a mixture of both.
Well, you have to vet your situation thoroughly. Marriage is a big step. When I got married, I said I only want to get married once. So I was like, I had to be sure. And even with me being sure at the moment, that doesn't mean to say that me and my wife don't argue like cats and dogs from time to time, right? It's never perfect. And then for him to say that people put on this facade, it's like, no. If you go on my social media page, you're not going to see a video of me screaming at my wife or vice versa. Because who shares that shit on social media, right? Social media, most of the time you see what people want you to see, and that's them on vacation, them at dinners, them at concerts, whatever, out with their friends, generally having a good time, right? You're not really seeing people at their worst moments on social media for the most part. That's not
who's putting that out there.
Right,
nobody.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So of course, when you see married people out and about in the street, for the most part, you might not see them in their worst moments. That stuff should be kept behind closed doors. People who don't keep that behind closed doors run into major problems, i.e. Will Smith and Jada.
We always talk about Will.
I gotta
Poor
go
Will,
because he's a perfect example of when you don't keep your business in house, what it can happen.
Shit could leak.
Because you allow other opinions and stuff like that to leak into your marriage, and now it's not just.
How do you feel? I think I brought this up to you about that social media couple. What's his? Christy? Is it Christy and Desmond?
I saw something on Shade Room where he was necking down some girl in the club.
Yeah.
Like right after she filed.
She put that. No, not right. Well, she did file like very recently, but she posted herself in the house because they custom made. They custom built a house, right?
Yeah, and she got it
so
now.
she's basically like, I'm still here. I still have the house.
Yeah.
So literally, like, I don't know if it was hours later or the next day, you see him at a club making out with some random girl. So with their situation, he said that he had asked for the divorce, but she, I guess, was like, no. And then it came out that he cheated, and then that's when she had filed. So how do you feel about situations like that? They've been together since they were like 14 years old. Right. Don't ask me how old they are now. I'm assuming they're in their 30s.
Still 14. That's early. You know what I'm saying? And
so is their situation different?
Different how?
Because they've been together so long, he couldn't weather the storm.
Right, he couldn't weather the storm. Not every marriage is built to last, though. Like it's not. We don't live.
So we shouldn't shame people for divorcing.
We don't. I'm not shaming anyone for divorcing.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying you should. If you get married, don't have an expectation that shit is gonna be perfect all the time. You gotta understand that there's gonna be trials and tribulations, and that you're gonna be expected to work to make it work. Sometimes you can work your ass off and it doesn't work, and that's okay. But
At least you tried.
Right. You try. You try. And I think I don't see a lot of people trying, because would you say like boyfriend and girlfriend relationships are practice for marriage, and I feel like a lot of the times people are so quick to just drop their relationship at the first sign of trouble, and I'm like, well, what are you programming yourself to do whenever you get into a first sign of trouble with a partner? You're programming yourself to run.
What type of trouble though?
I mean,
I'm trying to think of what trouble. The only trouble I see is communication. That's trouble. If you can't communicate, trouble.
But at the end, but there should be conversations had and attempts to bridge that gap before you split. You see what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people are ready to quit so quickly
Because they feel like there's so much options out there.
Then you'll find yourself 45 years old and alone.
And be like, damn, I should have worked on my marriage.
Wondering where the time went and crying like that girl on social media. I'm 40 years old and I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know why.
Oh my God.
Not to say that marriage is the begin all end all. You don't have marriage. You don't need marriage to find meaning in your life.
Why you trying to steal what I be saying? I literally said that last week.
When you said that?
I said that last week.
Nah, I don't remember that.
I remember it. That's why I'm bringing it up. Why you?
Y'all tell me.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I be saying.
Y'all tell me in the comments if you said that last week.
I did.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, I said that.
I probably said it better.
No. I highly doubt you said it better. But I want to go into something much lighter. So my best friend, she had brought this up about how we should do like a fun segment. And this is very exciting. See, I'm giving you your props.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
True. You know, all your friends who thought they were your best friends, and they might be like, oh, your best friend.
Everybody knows she's my best friend.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like if you don't know, now you know. So, she brought up like a top 5. Well, she said top 10, but we want to bring it down to top 5. Like we're going to do like a top 5 or, a little conversation every week about general shit, right? So this week we're going to talk about our top 5 sitcoms. I have my list
every week mentally.
I would like to do it every week, but if you don't want to do it every week, we're going to have to talk about that.
I don't want to be pigeonholed to topics.
Oh my
God.
God.
To list topics every week. I will not be controlled.
Okay.
But this week we'll talk about it.
This week? So you want to do it every other week? We're having a little meeting.
I don't want...
Every other week, I said.
I don't want to feel like it's a routine.
We're going to talk about this off camera. So, so this week, we're going to talk about our top 5 sitcoms. I'm going to go through mine, and then you're going to go through yours. I'm going to do from 5 to 1. Okay?
Is Girlfriends on there?
You're going to listen, and you're going to wait. You're going to listen. We're going to listen, and we're not going to judge, right? We listen, and we don't judge. Okay, so number 5, I have Sister. Number 4, I have Living Single. Number 3, I have The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Number 2, I have Martin. And number 1, I have The King of Queens.
That's a good list.
That's a solid top 5.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how The King of Queens is number 1.
It's number 1 for me.
That is nuts. But whatever.
King of Queens had me cackling.
Shoot, I got
You wrote it down? You don't have it mentally in your head?
Because I want to because you put it down. I'm gonna say mine's, but it's not gonna be in any order. And
No. You have to have it in order. That's the point.
It's tough. That's tough.
That's the whole point.
Damn. Well, if I have to say, number 1 would probably be
No, from 5 to 1.
I'm doing the list the way I want to do the goddamn list.
No, there's a structure. 5 to 1. That's the Virgo in me. No, you have to do it this way.
All right, number 5. So stupid.
You should have had this. You should have had
5.
this. I told you about this from yesterday.
I have it on my phone, but then you started to give me.
But I
crap.
told you top 5. So why didn't you have it in order already?
You said top 5. You didn't say have it from 5 to 1. And
Well,
I
you
have
should have
7
known.
shows.
You should have known. You should have made it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's hard to put them in. Oof. Yeah. Oof.
You
Alright, so-
ruined it. You just ruined it.
Oh my
You
God.
ruined it.
All right, chill out. Let me get through this. All right, can I get through the segment?
Doesn't look like you can.
All right, so number 5, I'll say Married with Children, and that's tough because I thought it would be higher. Number 4, I'll probably say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Number 3, I'll say the Jamie Foxx Show. Number 2, I would say Martin.
I'm tied with that one.
Well, actually, shit. Let me do that over. 'Cause, all right, so damn. All right, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I need to put a space here. This is tripping me out.
Unprepared.
I'm prepared. I'm too prepared. All right, so my top 5 in no particular order.
No. No. 5 to 1.
I'm just giving my top 5.
No,
Why I gotta give? No,
no.
This is my top 5. This is my top 5. It's
From
mine.
5 to 1.
It's my top 5. It's
But
mine.
it's no. It's the show's top 5, and you have to do it from 5 to 1.
How we gonna get the show's top 5 and you only
Did you
one
see
show?
the? Did
only
you
one
see the?
show
Did you
in your
see the
show?
pattern that I just broke it down? 5 to 1.
Yeah, but the show has 2 people on it, and we don't agree on the top 5.
We're not gonna agree, but at least let me hear your rankings.
But you said this is the show's top 5.
Yeah, and we doing it by rankings.
My God. All right, so number 5, Family Matters. Number 4. Number 4. Number 4, Married with Children. Number 3 is number 3 is I'm gonna say Martin. Number 2 is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and number 1 is Jimmy Fox Show.
Boo.
Yep,
My
that's
top 5 is better, obviously.
No way.
He took like 10 minutes just to give that crappy ass list.
Crappy ass list.
Yes.
My show is way better than yours.
No, it's not.
Way better.
No, it's not.
Living Single.
Living
it
Single
cool,
was a great show.
but it wasn't funny like these was funny, man.
What's the show? Married with Children?
You don't know Al Bundy?
I know that show, but it wasn't funny than the ones
That
I had.
show is a classic.
And so is King of Queens.
King of Queens is not a classic.
It is a classic.
I
It
don't
still
think- I
comes
don't
on
think-
to this day,
It's
and you
Married
will
with
laugh.
Married with Children comes
I
on
have
to this
not
day.
seen Married and Children in like 10 years.
It's still on.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I haven't seen it in like 10 years.
You don't watch
Freaking,
TV. You read books. Leather-bound books.
Not leather-bound books.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. My top 5. Dominique, if you were to compare the top 5s, right? Whose is better?
All right. So I do have to give it to her. I do have to give it to Danielle.
Finally.
Because
Family Matters is crazy.
Family Matters is classic. That was like,
The only good person is Steve Urkel, and Steve Urkel was not funny every episode.
he wasn't funny every episode.
They only really like when he stepped
So
into the
that's the
vault
only
and turned
thing?
into Stefan.
I got a
I
Jamie-
never cackled at Family Matters.
I love Married with Children. I just never watched it. So, but
Oh, she never watched it.
Yeah, so I can't give that. But I watched most.
The Jamie Foxx. Were you
I
where
do
you
love
had the
Jamie
Jamie Foxx show at? 2?
Number 2.
I don't think
No,
that
no,
deserves
it's number 1.
2.
Jamie Foxx was number 1.
I don't think it deserves number 1. I don't think the Jamie Foxx show was
What did you have at number 1?
funnier. I don't think the
What
Jamie
did you have at
Foxx.
number 1?
I don't think the Jamie Foxx show
What did you have
is
at number
funnier
1?
than Martin.
What it is to me.
I had King of Queens as number 1.
Yeah, no.
King of Queens is hilarious.
King of Queens don't even hold a candle to this. I would have put and to round out my top 7. I had How I Met Your Mother,
Boo. Why do you people like that show?
Blue Mountain State, and
Don't nobody know that.
and The League. Oh, the people who watch it know.
People watching know. I think
Sister.
Sister was a great
So how you gonna
sitcom.
put Sister on there, but you don't have Family Matters? Family Matters is way bigger than Sister. Way
The
bigger.
Maury twins?
Maori twins.
It's Maury twins. Tia and Tamara Maury. Maori.
What
Say
is it?
one. Say one.
It's Maori.
Maury.
Taj Mowry.
It's Maury.
Nah, I don't believe that shit. Let me see.
Roll clip.
We need to hear Tia say her name, or Tamara. How do they say it? But wait, I
How
think Tamara
do
changed her last name.
Say
I forgot what her last name is.
Maori. It's MOW.
R-Y, Maori.
Maori.
Maury.
Look.
Maury.
No.
Maury.
Oh yeah. He probably-
Exactly.
On social media. It's at Taj_Maury.
You had to put it in slow mo.
They put it in slow-mo.
I
Maury.
found the video. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, you wrong. He hates when he's wrong.
The show was so bad I couldn't even pronounce their goddamn name. And it's
The
two
show
times.
is so bad.
Yeah, it sucked. It was all right.
That is insane.
They were not funny. Them sisters,
They were
They was
funny.
not funny.
And
It
it's
was
the
the
people on
mother.
the
It was the
show
mother and the
that made it
father.
All right, they're a part of the show. No, they're a part of the show.
The sisters were not funny.
But
The
what made Family Matters?
And Roger,
What made Family Matters?
Yeah,
Urkel, and Waldo.
they were not that funny to me.
Waldo
I'm
was
sorry.
funny.
I'm sorry. They were not that funny to me. But that's
Who?
Waldo was funnier than Urkel.
No way.
yes, he was.
Yeah.
This is blasphemous.
Yes, he was. Yes,
know
he
what?
was.
Family Matters is crazy.
I don't know how Family Matters is crazy. I don't understand it. The show is a classic.
Ooh, now my top 5 is different.
What's your top 5?
Okay. I forgot my rankings. Do I have to do the rankings?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to do the rankings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I forgot my order. Okay. Well, you have to say it to the mic to repeat it because they can't hear me, right?
Okay, yeah. So I want to say it to the mic.
They can hear you.
Oh, they
That
can't?
you're gonna listen to Dominique's top five,
Okay, wait, pause.
5 to
You have
1.
like, edit this part 'cause I have to
It's okay.
If I hear sister on this shit, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh my God, I think I...
You're messing up her concentration. Don't talk like that.
Okay, I think I remember. Oh God, I feel the pressure now. Okay.
Yeah, see, it's not that easy, right?
There's a lot.
See?
Okay, I think number 5. Ooh. Oh damn, wait. Okay, number 5.
She said, "Ooh, oh."
Okay, number 5. I'm putting Smart Guy.
With Taj Maury.
So you would take Smart Guy, and not Family Matters. I feel like
So number
Smart
5
Guy-
is
I feel
number-
like Smart Guy and
her number
and Family
5
Matters
show
like
is
the
Smart
same
Guy.
vein.
No. Miles above.
And Carl Winslow was funny too.
No, he wasn't.
Not as funny as Floyd Henderson, aka the dad in Smart Guy.
Okay, good. You got to. I was like,
You
who-
know.
wait, is he?
I think he was like
is he
20
from
when
the
that
guy
show
from
came out.
Girlfriends?
No.
He looked like him.
No.
Anyways,
Okay, so number 5 is Smart Guy.
number 4.
Boy Meets World.
Oh, that was
Boy,
that's an
a good
honorable
show.
mention.
That is, I do love Boy Meets World. but-
Honorable mention.
Number 4, I think I would put Golden Girls. Golden Girls is
Golden
funny.
Girls is funny.
I thought he was about to be like Golden
You
Girls.
cannot do
Oh,
that.
Golden Girls is funny.
Golden Girls is funny. Number 3,
You about to be a golden girl.
wow.
Go
Anyway,
ahead.
number 3, I'm gonna put Living Single. Number 2, Fresh Prince. Number 1, A Different World.
Different world, but different. I didn't find a different world funny. It just had messages.
I found
Like some of them, some of it was funny.
Yeah.
What really? Okay, so
but it never
number
made me,
5.
like, belly laugh. Like,
Number
you
5
know what
was
I'm saying?
Smart Guy. Number 4 was Golden Girls. Number 3 was Living Single. Number 2 was Fresh Prince. And number 1 was A Different World. I think what really made A Different World a good show was the relationship between Dwayne and Whitley.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved that relationship.
How come you didn't have a different world on your list?
I don't know. It's an honorable mention for my list. I usually go based off comedic value more so than like,
Messages.
yeah, like with Girlfriends, I didn't find that funny. Wife and Kids, I like it was I wasn't cackling off of my wife and kids, but I
I was
used
cackling off Sister. Give me a break.
yeah, and more so the King of Queens, the show. I don't know why you probably need.
The King of Queens is funny.
Yeah,
but
it was Arthur
I didn't think it was
Spooner,
like-
Doug and Carrie, and Arthur. But,
Carrie wasn't really funny.
She was.
But
She was.
It was Doug and the father.
yeah,
Them two. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Raymond. I forgot
I know
about that
who
one
you're
too.
mentioning, yeah.
That was
my
funny.
grandmother, God rest her soul, loved that show.
That was funny.
But yeah, so Different World. I really love the dynamic between Dwayne and Whitley. When he came running down the aisle, he was like, "Whitney, baby, yeah, I love you, Whitley. Would you take me to be your lawfully wedded husband?" She's like, "Yes, Dwayne." She's like, "Yes, Dwayne, I'll take you." And she left that poor man standing at the altar. But yeah,
so I guess we could agree that probably The Fresh Prince is the show.
yeah, everybody. It's on everybody's list.
Yeah,
it's on everybody's list. Martin is like
Martin is there.
I had
too.
Martin up as number 2 because I felt like it was a little bit funnier than Fresh Prince.
The thing is, Martin dropped off at the end.
Well, yeah, because
like the first couple seasons was great.
It's not even my top 10.
Of
Yeah.
Martin, damn. See, now if we had this if we incorporated like skit shows,
Yeah.
I would have put In Living Color as number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really a sitcom, so it don't count.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little nice light segment at the end, and honestly, I hope you enjoyed the whole episode that we just did for you guys.
Yeah, I worked my ass off on that episode. It's crazy.
There's a lot of back and forth. But that is the end, and my name is Danielle,
And I'm Noel.
and you can.
Like, subscribe. We on TikTok, YouTube.
He's
Instagram.
gonna make a true social account.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a big ass freaking American flag behind me.
No, on your face.
You know, and a bald eagle on my shoulder. Right? But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. If you like what we putting out, let us know. If you have a topic that you want us to cover, put it in the comments as well. We'll cover it. Thank you guys for the continued support. We appreciate y'all.
Have a good day. Bye.